What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. We're taking a look at God of War PC version running on Steam on maximum settings cloud PC, and this is their AMD 6800XT rig. Happens to be running a 5900X on the CPU this time. I have also had the 5800X. Both CPUs run the 6800XT rig really well. Now let's take a look at the settings we've got here. For our display, we are 1440p. No VSync and no frame rate limit yet. We'll get into that later on in the video. Motion blur and fill grain turned off. No fidelity FX needed here. We want to stick with raw performance. Moving over to the graphics, all we have for that is the Ultra preset. So there's a couple things you can turn up to Ultra Plus, but for ease, I want to go ahead and stick with the Ultra preset and see what we could do here with God of War on maximum settings. Now, as we get into some gameplay, the first thing I'm going to do is leave the frame rate unlocked here for you so that we can just kind of see a little bit of that performance here and what's happening. It does a really, really good job. There's times that it will dip down as far as the GPU usage, and frame rate can dip down to the 50s and then it'll eventually bounce back up. This happens on the VM sometimes, but a lot of the time the game does run really smooth, and we will lock it down to 1440p 60 here in a little bit. But before we get to that, I do want to use this scene to talk about image quality a bit, and the Maxximizer software that MXX is using and streaming to Moonlight here on my local PC, running 1440p at 60 megabits per second, and this looks really, really clean. The image quality never faltered during any of my time of playing the game here on maximum settings. It stayed really clean. I hate when we have bitrate problems and blockiness and pixelation in the streams. That's one thing that really turns me off of cloud gaming, whether it be PCs or otherwise, and this software has been working really well. Now right here in this spot is an example of what I'm talking about, where you can get areas that your frame rate and your GPU usage and whatnot will dip down and affect things a little bit. Doesn't make the game unplayable or anything, but you will run into those areas of the game. Now, you won't have that issue at all if you lock yourself down to 60 FPS, whether you're streaming 4K or 1440p or 1080. If you're streaming 60 FPS and you lock your game to 60 FPS, it'll be a much smoother experience, and we'll check that out as well. Now in this scene, it's a dark area inside of their cabin here, and I wanted to show a darker area because, again, it highlights how clean and how decent the stream looks here with the Maxximizer software. Now on YouTube, it may not look as good as it does for me locally here, but it should still give you a really good idea of how good the image quality is here. Now as far as latency with this software, everything stays really, really tight. No problems with latency, and I would go as far as to say that sometimes it often feels close to local, which is a big accomplishment for the software running with Moonlight and Maxximizer. So I'm going to leave you with some gameplay here to check out. We have locked ourselves to 60 FPS, and you'll be able to see how the game performs here, running still ultra settings at 1440p. Alright guys, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video as always. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.
Froze it in place. Clever. So nice. We're gonna fight that?
We have no choice. yourself, boy.
I'm fine! Kill it! That's what you get!
Boy,
Think I'm afraid of you! You're nothing to me!
boy, look at me. Look at me, boy. Boy, look at me.
We did it.
You are not ready.
What? Are you serious? I found the deer. I proved myself. How am I not ready?
We are going home.
I haven't been sick in a long time. I can do this.
You are not ready.